and recording of members present and absent.
Hanson.
Here.
Kane.
Here.
McDermott.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Pingleton.
Here.
Open meeting compliance statement read.
I, the undersigned clerk of the Board of Education of the Alva Independent School District Number 1 of Woods County, Oklahoma, certify that prior to December 15th of the last calendar year, the date, time, and place of the regular meeting was filed at the office of the County Clerk of Woods County, Oklahoma. I also certify that at least 24 hours prior to this meeting, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, notice of the date, time, place, and agenda of this meeting was posted in prominent public view in the office of the superintendent.
Thank you, Terry. Item number 3, our clerk will administer the oath of office to our newest board member, Mr. Kevin Pingleton. If you please stand, please. Okay.
Right.
I, Kevin Pingleton,
I, Kevin Pingleton,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly
or
swear
affirm
or affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will not knowingly receive,
and I will not knowingly receive,
directly or indirectly,
directly or indirectly,
any money or other valuable thing
any money or other valuable thing
for the performance or non-performance
for the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty pertaining to my office.
or any act of or duty pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed
other than the compensation allowed
by law.
by law.
I further swear
I further swear
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
my duties as a member of
my duties as a member of
the Board of Education,
the Board of Education,
Alva Independent School District,
Alva Independent School District,
001.
001.
Welcome.
Congratulations. I'm going to do the loyalty while I'm up.
Okay.
There's a
sounds
loyalty
great.
oath as well.
All right.
Repeat after me. I, Kevin Pingleton,
I, Kevin Pingleton,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and the laws
that I will support the Constitution and the laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
and the laws of the State of Oklahoma,
and the laws of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will faithfully discharge,
and I will faithfully discharge,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
during such time
during such time
as I am a member of the Board of Education
as I am a member of the Board of Education
of the Alva Independent School District,
of the Alva Independent School District,
number 001 of Woods County, Oklahoma.
number 001 of Woods County.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You'll get to sign those when you go to Terry when she-
You want him to sign them right now, or you want to?
Probably.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Thank you.
And welcome.
Thank you.
Item number 4, or item number 5. Action to reorganize the Board of Education for President, Vice President, Clerk, and Deputy Clerk. Motions are now open for the office of President.
Would you rather do them individually or as a group?
Let's just do them as a group if the board would like that.
I'd like to make a presentation that we leave Jay McDermott as president, Karen Kane as vice president, clerk is, what's your name, Shane Hanson, and deputy clerk is Larry Parker.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, we'll take a roll call vote.
Hanson.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
McDermott.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Pingleton.
Yes.
Congratulations to all of you. Great servants. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item number 6, consent agenda. All of the following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved by one board vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following. Are there any additional items of new business to the agenda?
No, ma'am.
Minutes of the April 3rd, 2023 regular meeting, approval of the finance report, approval of the extra duty assignment schedule, approval of the activity fund report, approval of the activity fund fundraisers, approval of the activity fund inter-account transfers, approval of the child nutrition report, and the declaring of all the following items as surplus.
Okay, if you'll go back up to agenda item 6.2, you'll see the attachment there from our April 3rd, 2023 board meeting. And I did not see any errors in those minutes. If you will look at agenda item 6.3, you will see 3 attachments. The top attachment are the investments for the school district that are done by Mr. Manning, Woods County Treasurer, and all those are current and up to date. If you will look at the second attachment, that is our monthly report on our chargeables. You can see on that second attachment that we are over collecting in each area of motor vehicle tax. If you look at the second page, you'll see those numbers in a graph form. And you will notice that we have increased our revenue collection pretty considerably year to date from last year, but we also have an increase in our expenses. Our revenue has outpaced increase, has, however, outpaced our expenses to date. And you can see those numbers specifically for the months on the third page of that attachment. Agenda item 6.4, there is no extra duty assignment schedule changes this month. Excuse me, let me back up real quick. I'm sorry, I skipped my third attachment on the finance report. If you'll go back up to 6.3, I'd like you to open up that third attachment that says copy of general fund revenue. If you look at this attachment, this will show you the percentage of our estimate of needs that we've collected. So, for example, you look at current year ad valorem, object code 1010, you see 99% collection. So we are very close to the estimate of needs. If you look at 1310, we have collected 140%. If you look down at our county 4-mill tax, 117%, and so on. So you can see all of our collections at this point are up and we're doing well. What's hard to reconcile as you look through those numbers is the inflationary rate of all our expenses. And so a perfect example of that, when we talked about property insurance last year, we were about 20% increase. And so just on property insurance alone, we saw an inflationary increase. So we've seen that in all areas. And just to give you a heads up, as we begin looking at the renewal of property insurance, it's going to increase again, just a result of losses. Okay, so you can look through that assignment, or that attachment. You can see at the bottom, we continue to creep closer from my projection, which is the second column from the left. We are closer to our estimate of needs, which is a good place to be with 2 months of collections still remaining. Okay, so there was no attachment for 6.2. 6.5, activity fund report. If you will open up those attachments are fiscal year, and the bottom one is to date, or for the month of April. And so if you look at the bottom attachment, sometimes it's a little bit easier to read. You're going to see a couple of activity funds that have some changes or adjustments from last month. If you look at activity account number 811, that's our high school track. They had a shirt fundraiser, so there's been an increase in revenue there. Activity account number 952, that is for art. The art program under Mr. McClure's direction went to the Medieval Fair in Norman and had a great experience and a great time, and that's a big fundraiser for them. And so you will see a significant increase in the art funds activity account. The next fundraiser that you'll notice changed from last month, or activity account you notice the change from last month, is activity account 920, which is student council. Activity account 920 has their fundraiser Gold Bug Week coming up, and so you will see an increase there. And then finally, activity account 813. 813 is our golf activity account, and you will notice a significant increase to that. I mentioned last month that we would be depositing $122,000 from the Quinn Trust for the purchase of the 14-passenger vehicle that was approved through the trust. Okay, agenda item 6.6, we have 3 fundraisers. The first fundraiser, if you'll open that attachment, that is for a judging camp. There'll be a flyer for this later on in the agenda, but this will be a judging camp by Mr. Lloyd and Mr. Blocker. You'll open the second attachment. We have a fundraiser for high school cheerleading. High school cheerleading did this a few years ago, fundraiser using squares for participants to raise money. This will be for their camp, food, and boarding. And then if you also look at the bottom attachment, Mrs. Thomas went ahead and put this fundraiser in. Not sure if it would happen in this fiscal year or next, but this is for a pulled pork fundraiser in conjunction with Kids and Cops. Agenda item 6.7. There are no inter-account transfers. Agenda item 6.8. If you will open up the top attachment, you will see our lunch counts year to date. You can see, and we've talked a little bit about how those have fluctuated from month to month, and you can see that as you look down through this year. Want the board to know that we've had some concerns on variety of the menu, and so we've talked to Keystone about that. They've actually redone the May menu. There are only 3 non-recipe items on the menu. They were very willing to work with me, but we just talked to them about the fact we would like some more home-cooked, homemade meals. And so they were able to do that. So we will be able to look at those numbers in the next month and see what kind of change we have there. The second attachment of that child nutrition report are really just the counts, and it's going to be 10 pages of a spreadsheet, because you know how I like spreadsheets. And so if you're bored, you can go in and look at each month's count by site. Just allows me to get a little bit better idea each month at where we're at with food, and when we get those numbers inputted in a timely fashion, so we're able to track that. Agenda item 6.9, we have 2 attachments there that are for surplus. The top attachment are high school basketball uniforms that will be surplus to the bus barn. Those are from 2012. And then the bottom attachment, we have some surplus items that are old sporting goods, from softball to uniforms to baseball pants, that are surplus from the middle school, and those will also be taken to the bus barn.
Are those there till the next auction? Is that how that works?
Right. So then when we gather enough items, then we'll have a surplus auction. We had one last summer. Worked okay. Many times the things that we surplus are broke and unusable, so it's hard to really get a whole lot out of them. Any other questions on the consent agenda? If there are no questions, I would recommend its approval.
Entertain a motion?
Move to approve items 6.2 through 6.9 as presented.
Second.
Pingleton,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Item number 7, vote to approve purchase order encumbrances for the following funds for fiscal year 23. Item number 7.1, general fund as referenced. 7.2, building fund as referenced. and 7.3 gift fund as referenced.
Okay, if you look at agenda item 7.1 with me, open up the top attachment. That is our purchase order register for this month. Run through a couple of those purchase orders for you. So purchase order number 437 was some vehicle issue we had with our Acadia. And so it is being worked on in Oklahoma City right now. Purchase order number 441 with A to Z. We had a major drainage issue underneath the baseball field, and so we met with A to Z in the city to look at how we can mitigate that, and that was the cost for that work. Purchase order number 447 CDWG 1071.68. We needed another printer at the central office. Purchase order number 448 for $2,809.60. That is for our middle school physical education class. That is a new program that we have started there, funded through state federal funds, so we'll be reimbursed for that. It was to purchase some plyometric supplies and some other school supplies for that physical education program. Purchase order number 456 RT Diesel, $4,443. That purchase order was to repair bus 8. You will look at the second attachment, the general fund payroll attachment. You will see all of these names are substitutes in payment for their services. Agenda item 7.2, our building fund. A few purchase orders there. Purchase order number 82, Top Choice Mechanical. That was to switch the high school boiler over to the chiller. Purchase order number 83, 85, and 88. About $4,000 worth of custodial supplies and maintenance for the summer through Jenkins and Price. Purchase order number 84. We've had some lifts here at the high school at various locations that have needed repair. And so Access Elevator has been here, and we have all those working and in good condition. And then finally, purchase order number 89 with Bushman Heat and Air for $3,637. The air conditioning unit at the Longfellow workroom was not working, and so that is to replace that unit. If you'll look at agenda item 7.3, our gift fund. The items out of this gift fund are a result of the donation from Alva State Bank that the board accepted. Purchase order number 11, it was a $50,000 donation that we are very grateful from Alva State Bank and their board of directors. And so each one of the programs from art, music, and, art, band, and vocal are going to spend approximately $16,000 each to help supplement their programs. And so we have a couple of the purchase orders for band. The first one, purchase order number 11. You see that number, $16,368. He was able to purchase 5 tubas, 2 piccolos, and 5 euphoniums. And then we have purchase order number 12, Amazon Capital Services. That purchase order was for $8,633 for art supplies. As you know, we've done some major renovation in the art room. We spent about $850,000 renovating Mr. McClure's art room. And so he's going to use some of this money to purchase some new benches and tables for that room, and also some cutting boards and lockers.
Do you happen to have pictures
On number 11, no, they have not got them, but they will be getting them. You're trying to, yeah, I have no idea what that is. Miss Kane?
I know what they all are.
What was-
Piccolo is a little
I know what a
bitty thing
piccolo
that you
is. I
can
know
outplace
what
every
a-
instrument in the band.
I know, what was the next one?
Euphonium.
It's
Okay, help me with that one.
bigger than a tuba. It's a big instrument.
Is it a big tuba?
That'd be a good big tuba. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know that I've ever heard that name when I did this. I did have a little bit of music.
That was
in my
great.
background.
We'll have a music theory test.
Right, next time, would you please?
No.
Try.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Any questions regarding
Then we
these?
need to publicly thank Alva
Yes,
for the generosity,
yes,
not only here, but in everything.
yes.
Okay, here we are. We will need a motion to approve the encumbrances for those 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3.
I would make a motion to approve those as presented.
Second.
Parker,
Yes.
Pingleton,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes,
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
okay. Superintendent's report.
Okay, we'll begin with agenda item 8.1, our resignations, retirements, and reassignments. We'll start first with our resignations. You can see each one of those attachments, and I will try to speak slowly so you have a moment to look through each one of those. First of all, we have Kylie and Shane Feely have resigned their positions as elementary, middle school music teacher and Washington Elementary principal and basketball coach. We cannot say enough good things about what Kylie and Shane have brought to us as a team. They are great people and will do great things in their next endeavor at O'Keene. Our next resignation is from Kim Rogers. Kim was a cook at Lincoln Elementary and has served us well, and she will be moving on to other opportunities along with Patricia Angle. Patricia Angle was a paraprofessional at Washington Elementary. Next, we have Sherry Lovelace. Sherry Lovelace is going to be relocating to Virginia. She will be an assistant principal and will be really, really good at what she does. We will miss her and what she brought to our team also. Anytime you needed Sherry to do something, Sherry would say, "What do you want me to do?" Very good teammate, very appreciative of her and everything she's brought to Alva Public Schools. LaDonna Durkee will be leaving us. She has accepted another opportunity, another job out of town. As you know, our activity accounts are, it's one of the toughest jobs in the district, and LaDonna has really done a great job with that. She will be sorely missed. I probably need to go ahead and say thank you to Terry and Myra as they do double the work down there at Central with LaDonna's resignation. Next, we have Mandy McCamey. Mandy has another opportunity in the school district, which we will get to later, and so we're really happy for Mandy. And then finally, Leilani Kern. Leilani has been a great employee, been very fortunate to get to work with her personally when I was a principal at Lincoln for a year here at the high school, and she's been a good one, and she's outstanding. She has an opportunity with her daycare to take on some other responsibilities, and she will do a great job. Agenda item, let's go to reassignments, excuse me. So we've got a couple of reassignments that we need to talk about. First, Pam Kaufman showed interest in our library aide position at Washington, and so she will be moving from paraprofessional to library aide at Washington. Nacy Sutter, can't say enough good things about Nacy. She has decided to take on the middle school and high school roles, both of those for our music programs. If you are have been able to watch them perform at any of their contests, she's just doing a fantastic job with Mrs. Feely, and so she's going to take on that secondary role next year, and we're excited about that. And then finally, Kelly Kilman. Kelly is going to be moving from Longfellow to Lincoln. She wants to stay with her students. She works with some VI students, visually impaired, and has a skill set that is very unique with those students. And so really thankful that Kelly is willing to take on that assignment for us willingly, and we appreciate the work that she does also. Moving on to my communication. I have a lot of communication here for you, so get ready. First of all, our HVAC gym update. You've noticed the work outside is slow just a little bit. The concrete work, obviously with the rain, that's kind of where they're at, pouring the pads for the units, and so that's slowed a little bit, but I can tell you demolition is right on track inside. They anticipate the unit being delivered in June, and they don't feel like with the progress they've made, we're hoping mid-July would be the finish date there. Cafeteria renovations, I want to just give you an update there. They are slated to begin that renovation May 22nd. So just as soon as school's out, they will begin with that. We have some open positions that we are still looking to fill. Our early childhood, we are trying to get another kindergarten teacher to help us with those class sizes. If you remember, the state has mandated that there's class size retirements or requirements for early childhood. We manage those through paraprofessionals, but we feel like one of the better ways to do that might be through certified positions to reduce those class sizes. Elementary music position is open. We also are going to be opening up a language arts reading position at the middle school, and then an elementary position, elementary PE position, to help us with some of our coaching duties. Okay, next I want to,
May I add something right there?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll go on to the strategic plan and onward number, but we do want to thank, I think there's a couple of you in the room that are leading us to go other places. Thank you for all the dedicated years of Alva Public Schools. We don't get emotional here because life's all about great things ahead of you. So we pray Godspeed over you as you go onward and upward. But I think it would be remiss for us as a board not to say thank you for all that you've done and been to us and for us, both of you. And you can pass that on to the person that makes you a better person. Thank you. I believe that's the only two in the room that we have those letters from, but I do a lot. Okay, enough of that.
Okay, before I get to Ms. Webster has some exciting news for you all. I want to give you some information on potential, as we know, you've seen a lot of purchase orders for repairs to buses. We brought a bus up here, I think it was it last month?
Yes, sir.
We brought a bus up here last month for the board to look through. And so it is a national bus. We are going to begin looking at what it would cost to purchase a bus, potentially through a lease purchase agreement to stretch our dollar a little further. But I wanted the board to be aware of kind of potentially what this quote would be. Now, this isn't a hard and fast quote. You can see the prices on there. The top line of one of these buses is $380,000, but that's going to have everything that you see on that spec sheet, from your TVs to your lighting overhead to a restroom. And so there's obviously some things in there we would take out, such as the restroom, and not sure about the video equipment. Most of our students have laptops that they take with them, and so that normally turns into an electronic, something that breaks that then we paid for and it doesn't work. And so obviously before we do any kind of purchase, there'll be a contract before the board and detailed about what that bus is going to look like. I want to give you end of the year activities. As you know, it is banquet season. And so this is the first edition of, I hope, not very many more revisions that we have to make.
Mrs. Martini,
Yes.
I would like to go on record as saying that was the best middle school sports banquet I've ever attended. And I'm old. So
Thank you.
attending
I need to give kudos to Mr. Wilson.
Congratulations to your coaches for doing beautiful, they wrote a statement for them to read. And it was smooth and precise. The kids all stood and got their names called, and some eloquent, wonderful things said about kids. It was just really, really nice. And I want to thank you for that. has them. Those can get kind of challenging. So, kudos. Okay.
What you
back.
have in your hand there are the 3 different education plans proposed by both House and Senate and Governor Stitt. And so that gives you kind of a ballpark. As you watch the news and read, you'll kind of have a baseline as to the discussion that's happening. But you can see those comparatively at your leisure. The next item are report cards. The report card announcement, I don't know if you all are aware, but each school district receives a state report card. We really weren't even made aware that it was being released until it was released. But you're going to notice through these report cards that there's been some improvements. But what I'd like for you to do is to review these this month, and then if you have questions when we come back in June, each principal can be available to answer any questions you might have over the report card. So I'm going to let you take one of those and hand that around. And then, Ms. Webster, if you would like to,
Does Mary get one of these, Mr.
yes, you bet, yeah. If you would like to come up here, Ms. Webster, and Ms. Webster has, as far as I know, we have not had anyone awarded. You sent that to me, right, Ms. Webster?
Yes,
Okay. Oh, you shared it with me.
I shared it.
She's been pretty busy cheering for a hurdler.
That's right.
I think she's a runner too. but
Yes, yes. Excited.
She's done a great job.
Thank you.
Sorry, it's going to take me just a second. Okay, so the K-20 Center, we've used them for some professional development in the past. They have some leadership training that if you attend, it provides you with the opportunity to write a grant. And Ms. Webster attended this leadership training and was able to write a grant. Wow, that works. Was able to write a grant for a technology program, an idea that she dreamed up with her staff, and she was awarded that grant. And so this is really kind of a special thing, because the last I remember us receiving an OETT grant was back when Mr. Parkhurst was high school principal and wrote it district-wide for the old Promethean boards. So it's been a while, and so I wanted Jenny to be able to come and share this, because when you not only attend the leadership, but then you also have to spend the time, you have to do surveys, you have to write a paper basically to submit and get the grant. And so Jenny did a great job, so I wanted her to present kind of what's going to be happening at Lincoln with this grant.
Funny thing is when I did this training, I had no idea that I was writing a grant. I'm like, what? Really? Okay. But I had some great help from my staff members, and I have to give lots of kudos to Cecil Franz, and she did a lot of this with me. So our vision was to build a STEM lab with different types of technology that would help engage our students in authentic learning opportunities that will help inspire and enhance and encourage critical thinking and problem-solving skills, which we see a lack of in our classrooms because everything's so easy to just go find and get, and they lose that sense of ability to figure things out on their own through different types of play. So we came up with this because my teachers saw a weakness in critical thinking skills and problem-solving skills. Okay. So some of the items that Cecily and some of our teachers came up with, because we have a team, is this class VR set, which will help our students do see live scenes, virtual tours, videos with interactive settings. Our 4th grade and 5th grade can do different, explore different regions in the United States, important landmarks, so they can fulfill a lot of our social studies and science curriculum with this set here. Another item is these and I really don't know a whole lot about this, and it's going to be fun learning about it together, but the Sphero Indie Education Robot Class Pack, which is a lot of coding. Students will have to work together. They will learn how to code and do problem-solving things together and individually. They can also, there's different ways to incorporate their own creativity with these things. Makerspace Invention Wall. This is a very large pack of, you really can't tell what it is, but it will help. It goes with the Sphero, it goes with their bots, and a great product that will help just build that whole program. Vexco Classroom Bundle, again, our bots, an engineering tool, a way for our students to learn coding. They can build a robot using instructions given to them or creatively in their own way. After they build the bot, then they can code them to move in specific ways. And again, they can do this in group and work together, and they can have contests of whose goes faster and things like that. So that's another one of our purchases that we would like to make. Podcaster Studio. Mrs. Cunningham this year did a great job with in science, where the students did live videos and they were doing weather programs. And so this will be a great asset for that, and they can produce little videos to do the water cycle or different weather. And then we have Clever Construction. Again, lots of coding implementation with these things. Okay. And more bots. These bots can be coded to move in specific ways based on colors that are drawn and coding students to complete the app. There are many opportunities for authentic cross-curricular activities with these bots. We also will have some iPads that we're going to be purchasing with this that will help facilitate all of these. The Makey STEM, these, you can hook these things up to different items, different objects, and they can use them as a piano. They can do different things where they're making sounds, and they construct this through this program using this Scratch app or game that students are already involved in, and they love it. Some of the other things that are on a purchase list are Lego building systems, sensory stands, some STEM Kids microscopes, and we're going to be able to use one of our larger but smaller rooms, smaller than a classroom, larger than our smaller rooms, to set up this entire STEM lab so that our teachers will be able to use it and sign up to take their students in there. We will receive regular professional development through the K-20. They will come here, and we will have, I believe it's monthly professional development that they provide with this. So my teachers are really excited. I think it'll be a really cool environment and a neat way for our students to learn and grow.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you,
Thank you
teachers,
a lot.
too. It's exciting. So what's great about this trust is they not only provide, it's always great to get technology and to implement something new, but they provide the professional development to sustain it. And that's something that's always difficult for school systems, to be able to sustain any kind of initiative. Because of professional development, it can get pretty cumbersome, and that's a part of the component when you receive the grant. They bring their people to you, and so really excited. Thank you, Ms. Webster. That'll be a great addition to Lincoln. Let's see. That is all of my communication. Want to mention agenda item 8.3. Strategic plan. We met in March with about 50 stakeholders to review our strategic plan and revise that. Really appreciate participation of our board and board involvement in that, and our community members. We went out and as we looked through the plan, there were revisions that needed to be made. And so at this time, they have taken our revisions and it's still printing. And so we hope in June we'll bring that to you, and that will be printed and we can show that to you. We are the first school in Oklahoma to go through the strategic plan revision process. So we're kind of the standard bearers for that as they move forward, and so that's going to be a pretty exciting time for our district. I anticipate we'll have an opportunity to share our experience at our leadership conference in August with the school.
Our stakeholders are so engaged. It's just really awesome.
Ms. McDermott, I skipped one more thing.
Okay, good, I'm talking, keep talking.
I skipped one more thing. So this is part of our capital improvement plan, which is part of the strategic plan. And I want each one of you to be able to have a copy. And I'll kind of explain what it looks like and how it works. And the reason why that is paper clipped, and if any of you guys want this, because I know everybody would want to go home tonight and look at this, you're welcome to have it. If you will look the reason why this is paper clipped, I'm trying to make this as uncomplicated as I can for you so that you as a board and really our community, because community members are welcome to come and pick up these packets at any time. I really want to be as transparent and open about where we are at with all of our projects. So the reason why this is paper clipped, if you'll look at the first 2 pages, you will see 424-23, and I've put over there in the far right column the status of the project. And there's about 3 pages where we've updated where we're at with our projects. And then if you go to the 4th page, you'll see that the update before was on 4/11. So as I update this on a monthly basis, you can come by the office, stakeholders can come by the office and kind of see where we're at with our strategic plan and our capital improvement plan for the district. Okay? Okay, I'm positive I'm done.
That's a lot of work, and I really appreciate you doing it. It makes it really user-friendly for us as we follow our time. It's such a good timeline. All right, let's go to item number 9. 9.1, discussion with possible board action, vote to employ applicant number 1, certified administrator for the 23-24 school year.
So I am very excited and happy to bring to you Ms. Madison Williams as a certified administrator for Washington Elementary for the 23-24 school year. Her kids have done great, and that's not a big deal to have. Nothing wrong with playing chess. You're doing fine, buddy. Really excited to have her back in the fold. I think we all know what a good leader she is, both instructionally, but she's good for kids, and she'll be great for our teachers and great for our district. And so I would recommend the approval of Madison Williams as certified administrator for Washington Elementary.
I make a motion that we accept applicant number 1. Second.
Pingleton,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes?
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's an honor to be back. It really is.
I ain't put her to sleep.
Like
All you gotta do
two
is
of the kids got 2 of them.
just have me come over and start talking. No big deal.
I go to sleep at church too.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And you are welcome. We'll go through a few more here, but all of you are welcome to leave after that if you would
Okay.
like to. I know you probably want to stay for all this
I do.
really interesting material, but we'll go through 2 or 3 more and then dismiss all at once. Item 9.2, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve an offer of employment on a 1-year temporary contract to applicant number 1, applicant number 2, and applicant number 3, certified teachers for the 23-24 school year, in that order.
Okay, so we are very excited to have these applicants. They are going to do great things for Alva Public Schools. I will turn it over to Dr. Neiswalder to introduce our first applicant.
Well, I'm very excited to get to introduce to you all Chad Blocker. Mr. Blocker has come to us as an experienced ag teacher. He's been teaching agriculture education for 16 years now. He has had reserve grand champions at both Tulsa State Fair and the OYE. He's had champions at the state level, so we're excited to have someone who has some pretty amazing experience coming to work with our students. This past weekend, Mr. Lloyd and Mr. Blocker took some of our FFA students, went to the CDE competition in Stillwater, where the students were awarded 4th place in livestock judging, 10th place in vet science, 10th place in agronomy, and 12th place in environmental and natural resources. So already they're seeing some great successes. Mr. Blocker has been a huge help to us this semester. You know, it's been a pretty rough time out in the ag building, but Mr. Blocker has brought some calm and some study and has been a huge help to Mr. Lloyd, and we have just really appreciated everything that he has done for us. He comes with his wife Jennifer, teaches, she's also a teacher. She teaches for Epic Charter Schools. And she, they have 3 beautiful children. Let me see, I want to get them out of order. I have their names, but I want to make sure I have them in the right order. Madison will be a freshman at Alva High School this coming year. We're very excited to have Madison joining us. Allison will be in 8th grade at Alva Middle School. And Emerson is going to get to go to pre-K this year. And we are super excited for Emerson. So we are just so excited to have Mr. Blocker join us, and he and Mr. Lloyd, they are a wonderful team. They're kind of a little comedy act all their own, and they pace through a room as they try to have a conversation with you. And so it's fabulous to have these 2 guys working together, and we're just delighted to have them.
Very good. Let's see, Mrs. Tucker.
I have with me Marguerite Neely. She's currently an ELA special education teacher at Waller Middle School in Enid, and she brings with her 20 plus years in education experience, specializing in reading, remediation, and special education. So we're very excited to have her on our team.
I'm bringing Mandy McKamey to be hired as a 1st grade teacher. She's been in our district for 2 years. She served as a teacher's aide in pre-K 2 years ago. She has the disposition and heart for early childhood, and she has been very conscientious about getting all of her certificates. She has a provisional certificate through the Para to Teacher program, and we're very proud of her for getting on that and becoming a valued member of our staff. She's going to do great things in 1st grade with that kid.
She's been a great asset. All right, those 3, I guess we need a motion to accept those 3.
I make the motion that we hire Chad Blocker as agriculture education, Marguerite Melee as special education, and Mandy McCramey as Washington Elementary employees with Alva Public School District.
Second.
McDermott,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Pingleton,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Congratulations and welcome. What a bunch of beautiful kids. That's exciting too. Congratulations. Good job, ladies. All right, you, as the teachers would say, you are dismissed. The rest of you are not. Looks like I think you need to go do something track. Exciting time for our track system. 9.3, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve an offer of employment to applicant number 1 as a certified teacher and Alva High School head boys basketball coach for the 2023-24 school year.
I want to start by thanking Coach Foster for helping with the process, vetting candidates, looking for candidates, and we feel like we've got the best guy out there, and we're really excited about it, so I turn it over to Mr. Foster.
We've got J.B. Kimberlin. I bring to you his wife, Billy. And that's Jacob. Say hi.
Skylar's a freshman at Northwestern, plays basketball over here. Aiden's a junior in high school, getting ready to compete in state track. He's also a high jumper, Jane, 6'5".
What I've already
So
heard.
he got a chance, they all got a chance to meet everybody. Some of the kids hung around today, and Coach Johnson, the assistant. So Coach Kimberlin's, he'll also
It's
pick
all
up the
right.
spring
Don't
sport.
The 2-year-old.
That's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay.
We've all had 2-year-olds.
He comes to us from, he comes to us from Mountain View Godebo. He's currently the girls' coach there. He turned that program around in 2 years. Also works with 3T basketball in the summer. Got rave recommendation from the director of basketball operations at Oral Roberts, who ran that 3T academy. So we're excited to have him. He also serves as the alternative education director. So I'd like to recommend we sign him up.
Very good. Thank you,
Can we
guys.
get those two
Oh my
also?
gosh, that's
Yeah,
what a team.
we get the whole crew.
Well, all right, I'll entertain a motion for item number 9.3.
I make a motion that we hire,
I had to Google it about 3 times before I got it. Coach Kimberlin. Coach Kimberlin.
JB or Joseph or
Prefers JV, but
JB.
Joseph.
My name's Joseph, but I go by JB as my first.
Coach or anything else, okay. I would say.
Well, I have Coach Feely's cell number if you ever need it.
Okay, we've already been.
We've already connected several times.
I'm sure I've had him on speed dial for a few years.
I say.
We have a motion and a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Parker,
yes.
Pingleton,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott.
Yes.
Congratulations. Thank you all.
Welcome.
Glad to have you.
We're very excited to be part of the Alva community. Thank you, Coach Foster, and we look forward to getting up here and
Nice
getting
talking.
things started.
Your time is
Apparently somebody's hungry, so we're gonna go get dinner. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
You remember when Lincoln was that old?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like that.
just like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's just us kids left.
Not really.
All righty. 9.5, discussion with possible board action, vote to employ the certified teachers listed on Exhibit B. On
Jane, let's go back up to 9.4.
This is just too much.
No, I'm sorry. It's a big agenda. You're right.
Oh, sorry. 9.4, thank you. Discussion with possible board action, vote to employ the certified teachers listed on Exhibit A for the 23-24 school year. I almost read exactly the same.
And if you'll look, if you'll open that attachment.
A and then B.
There are certified teachers. All of these teachers have been observed and evaluated through the OKTLE system by the administrative team. And that takes a tremendous amount of work to do that. And so I appreciate the work that our principals have done there. And I would recommend that we rehire or employ these certified teachers that are listed on Exhibit A.
Okay, what is the difference between A and B?
So A and B are the temporary, so the next agenda item will be temporary contracted teachers.
Okay, it does say temporary there. All right. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve this list.
I'd make a motion to employ the certified teachers listed in Exhibit A for the 2023-24 school year as presented.
Second.
McDermott,
Yes?
Parker,
Yes.
Pingleton,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
All right. Item 9.5, discussion with possible board action, vote to employ the certified teachers listed on Exhibit B on a temporary contract for 23-24 school year.
So these teachers you see listed on Exhibit B were on a one-year temporary contract as hired last year. You can hire teachers on 4 semesters worth of temporary contract. And so this will be their second year of temporary contract. And we would recommend employment of all of these teachers listed.
9.5 as presented. Second.
Singleton,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
9.6, discussion with possible board action, vote to employ the non-certified personnel listed on Exhibit C for the 23-24 school year.
So, Exhibit C will be support staff members. This will be paraprofessionals, cooks, teachers' aides, library aides. All of these support personnel staff have been evaluated, or a 12-month position, the ongoing evaluation custodian. And so I would recommend employment of all of those listed on Exhibit C.
Motion?
Make a motion that we vote to employ the non-certified personnel listed on Exhibit C for the school year 23-24 as presented.
Second.
Second.
Pete?
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Singleton.
Yes.
Item 9.7, discussion with possible board action, vote to accept a $10,000 donation to the Alva High School tournament account, basketball tournament account, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
From Charles Morton Share Trust Foundation.
So this is another example. We mentioned earlier Alva State Bank with our fine arts program. Another example of our community really helping the public schools. Our basketball tournament has been a great endeavor in December, bringing folks into our community. It's also helped us from a transportation perspective, being able to stay at home and not travel. Mr. Feely initially started this tournament up when we didn't have anything, and so we're gonna try to do as good a job as he did. And so this is a donation towards that tournament that will offset expenses of officials and some of our gate workers and other expenses.
Is this the second year for this donation?
Yes.
I hear a motion to approve it.
I make a motion that we approve $10,000 donation.
Second.
McDermott,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Singleton.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach Feely. 9.8, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the approved expenditures for Alva High School golf activity number 813 for fiscal year 23. And we're going to table this, right?
Yes, if we're going to go ahead and table this to next month, I'm going to meet with the golf trustee, Ms. McLaughlin, before I bring this back to you, and make sure that we have her approval prior to board approval. Okay? Thank you.
9.9, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve Northwest Technology Center to use one school bus to transport students between Northwest Tech and NWSU campuses during MASH Camp, May 23 through 24, 2023.
This is a really great program that Northwest Tech has started. I'm not sure how many years ago. We have many of our students that are able to participate in it. So it's been a great partnership. Just one more example of our partnership with educational members in the community. And so I would recommend approval for the Northwest Technology Center to use one school bus during May 22nd through the 24th.
If I'm reading this correctly, then Northwest Tech will also provide the driver.
Correct.
So we're just
They
asking us to borrow a bus.
Yes.
For those
Yeah,
2 days,
they
okay.
provide the driver and pay the
I thought so.
expenses.
All right.
Correct.
Very well, thank you.
A motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve MASH Camp, May 22nd through 24th.
And for a bus, all righty. We are second.
Second.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Singleton,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
9.10, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve an out-of-state transportation request from Kelly Woods, TSA advisor, to attend the National TSA Conference in Louisville, Kentucky with 5 students on June 28th through July the 2nd, 2023.
So Mrs. Woods does an outstanding job with her TSA program. She's traveled, they've gone to Washington DC for nationals before. I believe they've been to Dallas, and so this one this year is in Louisville, Kentucky. Very excited for her students to get this opportunity. She's still working on the logistics of the trip, but wanted to get this out-of-state travel request into the board as soon as possible. So I would recommend approval of this out-of-state travel request.
Entertain a motion?
I make a motion that we approve this,
It's out-of-state travel.
this out-of-state travel.
Okay.
I'll second.
Pingleton,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Do we know how many qualified?
5. Yeah.
It's probably on there. Okay. 9.1, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the following summer school classes and instruction, and instructors. 9.11.1, the Summer Reading Academy, June 5th through the 29th. We do these one at a time?
You can do those all together.
Okay. 9.11.1.1, Tabitha Carruthers. 9.11.1.2, Audra Zadarozny. 9.11.1.3, Sadie Wilson. And then we'll go right on down to 9.11.2, can I do them all? Extended year special ed services, May 24th through the June the 29th. And those teachers that will fulfill those services, Kelly Kilman, Brandy Peace, Kayla Gilchrist as a substitute, Laura Lampkin, paraprofessional. 9.11.3, extended school year speech pathology services, May 24th through the 29th. And those teachers fulfilling that will be number 1, Becky Houston, and number 2, Patty Potter.
So if you look at our Summer Reading Academy, we have added an additional teacher this year. We've had some more students that have qualified for that Summer Reading Academy program. It's more of a remediation or an intervention for students that are struggling with reading. And so you'll see Ms. Carruthers, Ms. Zadarozny, and Ms. Wilson will be helping with that. Our extended school year services, those are required through our IEPs that we provide extended school year services to those students that qualify. We have a substitute that we approve each summer in the event that we have to have that, use that substitute, and then for payment. And then finally, speech pathology services for extended year. That is part of the services that are provided through that IEP. Most of these teachers have worked with us over the past few years in all of these positions. I believe Sadie's new to this, so I would recommend approval of these teachers. Agenda item 9.11.
I make a motion that we approve 9.11 for these teachers.
Second.
Second.
Pingleton,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott.
Yes. Okay, item 9.12. Let's see how many there are of those, a couple. We'll put those together as well. Discussion with possible board action. Vote to approve the following Alva School District camps for the summer of 23. First one would be Alva School District athletic camps as a part of Summer Pride. And 9.12, the Alva FFA camp, the greatest livestock judging camp ever.
Okay, so we'll start.
No thumbs down, huh?
So we'll start with the first attachment, if you will open that. I just put that on there to show you what the social media release will look like for our summer camps. If you look at the second attachment, you can see the actual form that will go home with students. You can see we have an additional camp this year, an outdoor camp, fishing and archery for grades 4 through 8. All the camps, the cost will still be $10. Families will pay no more than $50. And then you'll see the third attachment is our summer pride. And you can see the times for the summer pride sessions, and they've also detailed the weeks. And then finally, this last attachment is really more going to be released social media wise, just so that those high school students, middle school students that are involved in any of these will either know who to contact or propose dates in their particular athletic event or athletic area. Okay, the agenda item 9.12.2, the greatest livestock judging camp ever. If you'll open up that attachment, this is going to be May 23rd through 25th. I know that Mr. Blocker and Mr. Lloyd are very excited about this. This will be free to our students. They will be by invitation only, inviting other livestock judging teams from around the state, and they will come and participate in this 3-day camp.
It'll be held here?
It'll be held here,
And you
yes.
said our FFA students would be
Yes.
able to attend at no cost?
Yes, and it's by invitation only for outside schools.
It's a 3-day.
Yes.
Mr. Arnold, these, there's some additional things here, aren't there? We have the youth camps always.
Mhm.
Have we always had this middle school, high school camps? Is that just Pride?
So if you look at,
Is it called Pride last
so
year?
are you looking at this bottom one right here where it has these high school, middle school summer camps?
Yes.
So what that is that's basically, okay, yeah, I think I know what you're asking. Baseball and softball camps for middle school, high school?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the past, they played summer leagues or traveled, and the coaches felt like as many students that play their own travel league or travel softball or baseball, if we do these camps, we can work on fundamentals of each one of those sports. And so that's going to be the push, is to work on some of those fundamentals with our baseball and softball with middle school and high school. If you look at the basketball camps, really not a change there. They're still going to go to camps like they've done in the past. They'll just need to contact their coach regarding what team camps they're going to attend.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, and then football camp, we've had football camp in the past, so that's not really necessarily a change there, nor was summer pride. That release will go out for those middle school, high school students. So what that is, if you're a middle school, high school student and you're wanting to participate in basketball, or you want to know, what camp do I go to, or what camps are we going to, you know who you talk to.
But this basketball camp, that is just high school. That's what, they're not doing the June thing for middle school.
No, this right here is for high school, middle school team camps. What you're looking at right up there.
And middle school's gonna go to team camps?
I don't know whether the basketball will.
Okay.
Last year, so I will tell you, I don't know what Coach Kimberlin has planned. Last year, speaking from my experience, they went to Cherokee. And it was a day, they went, I believe, 3 days
Yeah.
to Cherokee. So
Okay.
I don't know what he's got planned, but if they do go to any team camps, he'll notify them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know why it just looks different. It looks good. It just looks different.
Okay.
I just kind of trying to read between the lines. Okay, so we have,
Any other questions on the camps?
those 2 items, we need to approve those.
I do. On the Alva FFA one, what will be the cost for the non-Alva
It's
students?
$65
Per student?
per team.
Per team?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Now that is new.
Yes.
Yes, we've not had a livestock judging camp. We've not hosted that before.
Okay, cool.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
What's the dead period for the athletic in the summer? When is that?
$65 an individual, paid by the team. Am I right about that? I feel like I said that
That's,
wrong.
well, you
I
said
think it's
$65
$65 an individual.
for the individual, it makes
Yes.
more sense for 3 days.
Yeah, sorry, 65 an individual. I apologize. Sorry.
When is the dead period for summer? There's no conflicts with any of this, are there?
I think it's the week that the coaches clinic is.
Okay, if you look up here on our Summer Pride, which would be, let me go back, the third attachment down. If you'll open up that, you will see the OSSA Dead Week this year is July 1st through the 9th. They have started moving that coach to the 4th of July week. Well, no, that's not really true. I don't really know what the date is because it was the week before 4th one year. Anyway, that's the OSSA Dead Week. No participation, no athletics, nobody in any facilities from July 1st through the 9th.
And they're really starting that at 6 a.m.?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
No.
Alva's a really quiet community at 6 a.m.
Yes, we are. 10:42.
Any other questions? If there are no other questions, I would recommend approval of agenda item 9.12.
So moved.
Second.
Parker,
Yes.
Pingleton,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Item 9.3, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve a resolution for schools and libraries, universal services, E-rate for 23-24. This resolution authorizes the filing of the Form 471 applications for funding year 23-24 and the payment of the applicant's share upon approval of funding and receipt of services.
So we use Kellogg and Sovereign, and they help assist Mr. Lording in filing for our E-rate. And this E-rate allows us to purchase some upgrade to our technology infrastructure, access